Disclaimer. This is a fair use parody. All opinions expressed are for comedic and satirical purposes. Another Vanlifer. Another creature of self-regard masquerading as a philosopher of the open road. Another man who thinks that pointing a camera at himself transforms him into an explorer, a sage, a wanderer of significance. He can talk for hours about nothing. Hours. And yet somehow he calls it content. A one-man comedy show where the laughter has fled the premises years ago. I watched one of his videos once, some beautiful landscape, some picturesque corner of the world, and then, naturally, he parks up with the herd in Castleton. Alone in nature? Why bother when you can join a convoy of indistinguishable white vans, all of them the same, all of them craving attention, all of them the exact same aesthetic choice of someone who couldn't be bothered thinking for themselves. A car park masquerading as the wilderness, filled with the hollow echo of people desperate to be seen. He unwraps an electric blanket in the back of his van and crouches over a camping stove to cook, or, more accurately, to warm food. He grins at the camera as if some great cosmic achievement has been reached. And in truth, I have to admit the look on his face is the most honest part of the video. You can almost see the straitjacket forming in spirit, if not in form. Then come the drones. Yes, the majestic soaring drones capturing him, standing over his own van, because why bother seeing the world when you can admire the roof of your own mediocrity? Every video, every clip, the same banal structure. Man, vehicle, sky. Sometimes trees. Never imagination. Another adventure, and I use the term lightly, features him in a Ford Galaxy. Not the van, of course. That would require commitment. A true full-time van dweller has no choice. The van is the home, the carriage of life, the wheeled fortress. But no, he takes his car. Safe, small, manageable. Adventure neatly packaged. And as if this wasn't enough, he tells us he's tight on money. So he tries to give away teas and coffees for donations, hoping to scrape together enough pence to return to his so-called homestead. 52 pennies. 52. Wandering Where, coming soon to BBC's Dragon's Den. A true entrepreneur of the absurd. Another video, car camping. He leaves his home to spend the night in a motorway service station. Nothing screams stealth like stepping out of a vehicle, talking to a camera, smoke curling from a van, lights blazing, people everywhere. He purchases his food from Waitrose and cooks it over that tiny stove, grinning like some culinary messiah. Some might argue warming is not cooking, but I leave the finer points to the historians. And what is it with these people, who, rather than spending their time off work with their loved ones, choose to run and hide in some rented or borrowed corner of the countryside and play campers, all for content? All for the hollow applause of strangers on the internet, rather than a single genuine laugh with someone they care for. It's a sad little substitution. Connection traded for camera angles, intimacy traded for drone shots, warmth of heart traded for the shallow glow of a phone screen. Then there's the Park for Night obsession. What even is that? A directory for unimaginative wanderers to converge on the same overused spots. Thanks to these digital tipsters, the few good park-ups that remain are gone, drowned by the moronic crowd seeking the Instagram-perfect puddle beside a rusty fence. Nature reduced to coordinates and hashtags. I watched him grinning at the camera as if he had unlocked the secrets of the universe. The truth, he's unlocked nothing. He's circling car parks and motorway laybys, searching for a story that doesn't exist. He promises edge-of-your-seat suspense. Hopefully nothing happens tonight. And it doesn't. The world outside spins, utterly indifferent. He sleeps. Morning comes. Time to go home. Home. The irony is exquisite. The van, the car, the tent, they're all supposed to be vessels for freedom, and yet the freedom he displays is the freedom to remain a tourist in his own life. The wizard in me, who has spent 50 years on the edge of society, living by olden ways and the mercy of the road, looks at this and laughs bitterly. For 50 years I have wandered, truly wandered, seeking neither approval nor comfort, yet here is a man who calls the motorway a frontier, the car park a sanctuary, and the act of heating a tin of beans an adventure. There's something tragic, almost medieval, about this kind of wandering. The world was once vast. Now it is a backdrop for selfies and content strategies. The road itself has become secondary to the performance of being on it. And yet he grins, he smiles, He broadcasts his hollow joy to thousands who, like him, are starved of genuine experience but hungry for validation. Ah, the drones again, the shots of the van, the adventure. I can feel the absurdity curling like smoke in the air, intoxicating and yet utterly nauseating. 52 pennies. Motorway showers. Park for night coordinates, grinning like the fool who believes he is king of a kingdom that doesn't exist. And I, the wandering wizard, who has danced with storms, conversed with old forests, and walked in lands that refuse the modern mind, am left shaking my head. This is the pinnacle of his quest, not a mountaintop, not a forest glade, not the horizon at dawn. No, the edge of the world in his mind is a service station car park with a steaming tin of beans and a drone capturing his own reflection in the metal roof of a van. So wander on, lad. Wander where indeed. Circle your car parks, cling to your pence, heat your meals with all the gravitas of a medieval alchemist performing a ritual, and call it adventure. Because from where I am standing, from the cracked lens of my lifetime, you are not wandering anywhere. You are circling your own delusion. And the world? It watches, unbothered, unmoved, and utterly, deliciously indifferent. But that's my 2 bobs worth. Why don't you check him out for yourself, and make sure you leave a comment saying the wizard says hi. Remember, the wizard is always watching.